Yes. Don't forget, man. We changed some things up. Log on to doggydiamondstv.com. I went back to the original name, did a little nip and tuck. doggydiamondstv.com. Make sure you go to the bottom of the page and you enter your email so you could be a part of this email blast. So every time I upload new content, you definitely going to get an email. doggydiamondstv.com. Make sure you put your email in there. doggydiamondstv.com. doggydiamondstv.com. Listen, man, also, have you heard about this $100 promo deal? This is the last weekend that I'm running this for $100. The price is going up. I promise you. Numbers is too high for it to only be $100. But the promotion will be done on Doggy Diamonds TV and the Interlude TV. That's on the Insta stories, the YouTube community, the threads, Facebook, Twitter accounts. I can promote whatever you need. Last weekend of this $100. But as a reminder, this is for serious inquiries only. Must be Cash App ready. I can help you bring more awareness to your products. Just contact me at Doggy Diamonds. This is the last weekend. I promise you. The next time you see me advertise this after this weekend next week, it ain't going to be $100. Might cost you a little, might cost you a lot, but it's going to cost you. Yo, Doggy Diamonds did this. That was off beat. Whoa, that was off beat. You got to be on beat if you going, here we go. Doggy Diamonds did this. Yeah, that was on beat. I like that right there. What's up, y'all, man? We got today's thoughts in the building. Yes, I was in the Star. Chalk your body, Marcus Garvey. I was over there with the bros. Today's thoughts, I see you. Idris the God, I see you. Mega Bills is a member of the channel. We got entertainment. You talking about Spooky, the original Spooky Chef. He's on Instagram. He doing his cooking thing. Original Spooky Chef. That's his name. That's the guy who Spooky comes from. So anytime you see anybody say Spooky, it comes from him. We got Brooklyn GQ in the building. Derek Douglas, what's up? Skaggs Money, what's up with you? Nate Jackson, what's going on? King Michael Coy. Nervin's Numbers, what's up? Big Ma, the moderator, is here. Q2 Wise, what's up? Tiger, what's up with you, man? Brown Girl, what's up with you? Nisa Shabazz is in the building. Killer Mom 42 is in the building. Don't forget. Doggy Diamonds did this. I gotta wait till it's on beat though. DJ Red Light, what's up with you? Philly Sheed 01, what's up? Mr. Evans, what's up? Babyface Lokester, what's up? Peter Truth, what's up? Kelly Mills is here. She's one of the moderators. Dion Cook, what's up with you? The Real Big Texas, where you been, bro? Yu-Gi-Oh! Round, what's up? Watt Slice, I see you. City Boy Floyd is in the building. Gary Swabby, what's up? Jason Sweet, Allentown, Pennsylvania is in the building. Yes. Elmatic, what's up with you? That is one of the members of the channel. Peter Troop, what's up? Insabar Nora, what's up with you? We got Street Credit Promotions. You need that beat. Everybody want it. Valentino Icon, what's up with you? My God Allah, what's up? Lucky, what's up with you? East Oakland is in here. Keon Perry, what's up? Souza Mania. Kareem. Earl Ellis is in the building. Kasim is here too. D on G Time. I love that name right there. Corey, what's up? Jartice Pryor, what's up? Melanin Rich Nagas, what's up? That's the bro right there. We got Official King. Fist, I guess Simeon Israel, what's up? Creative Designs and Sign, what's up? DJ Overtime is here too. Everybody's here tonight, man. It's Friday, man. It's Friday. You know, one part of the country is burning. One part of the country is cold and frosty. See them in Atlanta, they got skis and stuff. They don't know how to act. I guess they never seen snow before. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say this too. Shout out to everybody in Los Angeles. Shout out to all the individuals who might have lost their home. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's comical of anybody who is a part of that or something happened to them. And you got to be a real miserable motherfucker to be making fun of that or think it's funny or, come up with your little CO conspiracies and your spooky stuff or, oh, that's happening because this, that, and the third. You got to be real corny to do that. You got to be real corny to see something like that happen and you sitting there talking about they hiding stuff and all that. You got to be a real bozo. So this goes out to everybody who's saying that you a bozo. I ain't got time to address everybody. But I'm just saying, if you thinking that, because let me say something before I get into today's topic. Tornadoes, hurricanes, fires, earthquakes, floods, blizzards happen every year. This is just not some new occurrence. It happens every year. California has been on fire before plenty of times. And even sometimes when you see people lighting fires, you think they're lighting fires. No, some people light fires to stare the fire so they can control it. That's where the term fighting fire with fire comes from. But I know so many people unlearned. Y'all rather just believe in the boogeyman than just sit down and just do some research. Y'all listen to smart, dumb people and you just go off of that. So anybody out there right now who's afflicted by it, shout out to you. Keep your head, hold your head up. Anybody that's freezing, the homeless that's cold out there, that ain't got no proper shelter, the little kittens that's born in that cold out there, man. I feel for everybody. I'm happy. I got a home. I'm warm. But I don't take none of that for granted. And I also don't make fun of people who might be going through something. And if you're doing it for your little conspiracies or just to have your talk, you a clown. You a clown. This guy, I just had to say that. It was messing with me today. It was messing with me, so I had to just get that off real quick. When you got a voice and to speak, you speak seriously. You use your voice wisely and you use your voice precisely. So anybody who's saying what's going on in Cali, and I know people out there who's going through it, who's not a part of nothing. They just got caught up in what happens. Shout out to them. Anybody who's cold, freezing, that don't got no real shelter, who's out in that cold, shout out to you. Just had to say that. Shout out to the homeless. Shout out to the little kittens. The little puppies that might be abandoned somewhere that's cold. That's just, we just don't got no heart no more. We just so mad and angry that anytime we mad at rich, we got a bad relationship with money and anybody who get it too. I don't. I'm not going to be making fun of somebody because they could afford a nice house and their house deserve this. But that's another topic. I'm gonna cover that another time. So without any further ado, we see what's going on. Jim Jones. The allegations is coming back up that Jim Jones he must have told. People are revisiting the wiretap with himself and my guy down there, as we know, is Mel Matrix is on the phone. Now, I'm not gonna reveal certain things because Mel Matrix is still in the feds right now, but I spoke to him today. I spoke to him. That's my guy. Did some reaching out to reach out. Bed-Stuy is always gonna stick together. So, I spoke to him today. And I asked him. He ain't gonna cap to me. He not gonna lie to me. He ain't gonna protect nobody. He gonna keep it real. Because he where he at regardless. At this particular time, it don't make no sense to be capping or nothing. And plus, he's just always been stand up. And I asked him, like, bro, all this stuff coming back out. And this is exclusive too, man. I asked him, I said, bro, all this stuff coming out about the situation with that phone call. And I want to know, And people saying that Jim told. He must be working, he told. And verbatim, he told me to say this. Jim Jones didn't tell on nobody. It's not what I'm saying. This is what was told to me. Jim Jones didn't tell on nobody. That's what he said. Jim Jones, me speaking, I'm not going to, I was about to show y'all something, proof that I spoke to him, but I ain't going to do that because, again, he's still where he at and he moving how he move. You know what I'm saying? But he told me today, Jim Jones didn't tell on nobody if Jim Jones, this is how he explained it to me. He said, the only way they would have picked up Jim Jones is if they told on him. So he said, no matter what y'all heard, if they committed an act based off of what Jim Jones said to do, then they would have had to say, we did that because he said do it. That's when they would have picked him up, but they didn't want him. They wanted him. They got who they wanted. So it don't matter what we heard. Jim Jones was never the target. That's what he told me. So he said, I'm going to say it again. Mel Matrix, a.k.a. Mel Murder, a.k.a. Jamel Jones, told me Jim Jones ain't in, he's not, first of all, he didn't tell on nobody, and he's not in nobody paperwork. That's what he told me. So the person who could clear his name, and then the same person that could send him, you know, could let us know. That's what he told me. Y'all know I ain't gonna cap. Y'all know I ain't fronting for nobody. I don't, you know, I ain't gonna front, but that's what he told me. He said, yo, if they wanted him, Jim would be under the jail and they got a relationship. So, you know, I'm not going to say too much here because, again, we still dealing with who we dealing with. And a lot of dudes are still on the street, you know, moving how, you know, so I'm not going to sit here and say too much in that situation. But when Mel Matrix come home, I definitely got that first exclusive. That's guaranteed too. That's the bro. Shout out to that side of the star. I'm always welcomed over there, always been welcome over there, always been open arms. And this is what he told me. He said, yo, make sure you say this. Jim Jones ain't telling nobody. He ain't in nobody paperwork. And if he was, he not going to cap. And Jim was around. So if he told something, their situation would be way worse. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, yeah. He didn't, again, Mel Matrix told me Jim Jones didn't tell on nobody. He's not in their paperwork. Which y'all heard, they would have had to tell on him for them to go get him. They was the target. So it don't matter what he said. Because we all wanted to know the same things. Yo, how he was able to be on tape and say this and say that. And the way he explained it was, yo, it don't matter what he said. Certain things would have still had to get carried out. And we would have had to say, this got carried out or this happened because he told us to do it. So that's when they would have went and got him. I'm not an expert. I'm not none of that, but that's it. So for those who's bringing that up, the individual who's on the phone with him told me that. So if we going to deal with speculation and this person, this and that, y'all could deal with what y'all want to deal with, but I wanted to get certain things from the horse's mouth, and this is what he told me. So I'm here to relay the message. That's it. That's it. So another thing I wanted to talk about. We got different modes in these situations, whereas are we going to look at these people like street guys or rappers? Now, many people bring the street energy into rap. Everybody has done it. Respectfully, everybody has did some sort of talent, whether it was directly or indirectly. Everybody has done it. Most of these rappers have done it. Whether they told on themselves or they told on somebody else or implicated somebody else. I think us as the audience pick and choose who we call a rat. Me personally, because I'm not in the underworld, I don't care what nobody do. Me personally, I just think everybody's gonna tell to save their ass. That's just what I think. But when we think about the artists, the rappers, we got to put respect on certain rappers' name for their artistry and their rap. Their street resume, I done got punched in my face before. I done got bonged at. I done got stabbed. So it's somebody that could say, I did this to him, I did that, and it's true. I got punched in my face before. I got jumped. I got shot at, everything. So I took L's in the street. So if we're going to hold people by their L's, everybody has taken the L. Some on camera, some off camera. Nobody's gonna admit they L's. Everybody gonna, everybody has taken the L. If you played that game outside, you always didn't come out the victor. Whether you took the L or one of your mans got laid down or your man got hit, you took the L because that is your direct family. I lost friends, so I took plenty of L's. We not going front. When a rapper says this, that, and the third, so if we going to crucify Jim Jones because he told, we got to go through the whole industry. We got to break everybody down. We got to break everybody down. And that's something that nobody really wants to do because it gets very, very, very tricky. And then we start saying, that's telling, that's not telling, that's telling. But at this point in the game, what does that have to do with the music? If we like the music, it's all that matters. Everybody's playing a street guy because at the end of the day, these dudes are millionaires. These dudes go to gated communities. These dudes got money. These dudes got accountants and lawyers. They done got more out of life than many of us have gotten. They haven't got chances. So ain't nobody really no street guy if we want to be technical. Once you pay taxes and once you got lawyers and once you got all of that, who's in the streets? So I'm supposed to believe you're more street than him and y'all got the same accountants and y'all got lawyers and you getting invited to red tie events and doing stuff with politicians. So I'm supposed to believe you're street, but he ain't. And everybody, either you 50, no pun intended, or you knocking on 50 door arguing about who is a street guy in 2025. Now, it is stuff that been in us behaviors longer than it been out of us. So I understand some people's behaviors, how they carry themselves. And everybody doesn't grow at the same time. Everybody doesn't mature at the same time. So we could look at certain people and say, you still on that little nigga street shit? Yo, some people didn't have the guidance. So just because he got money and just because he got a little fame and fortune, that don't mean he grew up. So we're going to say Cam, we're going to say Mace, we're going to say 50, we could say Jim. I could pick out an instance when all of them did some shit that you was like, what the fuck you do that for? That's kind of weird. That's not telling. But we're going to pick and choose. And I know Jim Jones is not a fan favorite because he's an asshole sometimes. He's always been good to me. You know, always showed me love, you know. So because he's not a fan favorite and not favorable, we pick and choose what we close our eyes to. We pick and choose where we be like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I could tell you instances right now where people did shit and it's like, that's dry snitching. That's kind of telling. But we pick and choose. We pick and choose. Now, for me, I don't care who's a street guy. Once you go into that booth, all of that shit don't mean nothing no more. You're a rapper now. Now I care about your music, your career, how you handle your business, and how you take your blessing that was from the universe, that's coming through you from the universe, and how you use your gift from the universe and give it to the world. That's what I care about. That's why I could talk about music. That's why I could say how much I respect Lord Jamar for his music and what he did for the culture. That's why I could say what I respect about Easy Mo B. That's why I could say that. But we so busy worried about who told, and let's be honest. Everybody's not a street guy. So non-street people should not be in that conversation of who told or what. Because if you're not a street guy, you're supposed to tell when something happens to you. You're supposed to tell. I don't care who told. I just don't care. I'm not a criminal. I don't commit crimes with people. If he told on 500 people, what that got to do with me? He's never going to have an opportunity to tell on me because I'm legit. What could you tell? What could you tell about me? If you are a civilian, because many of you think you're street guys because you know a little bit of lingo and you watch DVDs and you watch YouTubes and you think you in the streets. You ain't in the streets. There is no YouTube streets. There is no computer streets. When that shit is outside and you feel that hot one, or you feel them things on you, or you watch somebody you love on the ground taking a last gasp of air, that is the streets. This shit ain't the streets. This is safe. Instagram is safe. YouTube is safe. Twitter is safe. Facebook is safe. Until you hear some shit that sound louder than you ever heard in your life, pointed directly at you, and you see that flash and you see something happen that you didn't think could happen, you're not in the street. And that lingo and who's a street guy, who's tough, is something is gonna keep holding us back. Everybody tough on the internet. Everybody tough with bodyguards. And dudes be having police protection too. So we're not gonna say one person is tougher than the other or not tougher when you got fucking police protection and damn Navy SEALs walking around with you. Anybody could be tough with that. But that mentality is why where we at. That's why we where we at, because that's what we worry about. Who's tough? Who's street? When we should be worried about when you hit play, whether you liked it, whether you took the gift and you got that shot that many people didn't get, and you used it wisely to better yourself, your family, your friends, your loved ones. That's what I respect. So, saying all that, I want to salute Jim Jones, man. He get a lot of flack. But let's say this about Jim Jones and let's keep it real. Jim Jones is an overachiever. Jim Jones is an overachiever. But he overachieved so great that we can't believe that he did it the way he did it. And it should be a case study. Seriously, no matter how you feel about him, no matter what you think about him, if you want to throw what you think about Max, what you want to throw what you think about Stack, with all of that, what Cam said, what May said, what 50 is saying, he is an overachiever who did not bullshit himself. You know how tough it is to not be the most talented, but bust your ass to become a household name? Your favorite rapper don't do that. Your favorite rapper is lazy. Your favorite rapper thinks shit's supposed to come to them. Your favorite rapper is somewhere right now with his lip poked out, wondering why he don't have a bunch of videos, wondering why he's not in rotation, wondering why he don't do certain things. Your favorite rapper is somewhere right now wondering why nobody likes me. When you have somebody who's giving opportunity, they take it. You gotta respect that. You gotta respect anybody who was given an opportunity, took the opportunity, and did more with it than your favorite rapper. He might not be your favorite rapper, he might not be the best rapper, but anybody that could put themselves in a position to win, or if they grind, you gotta respect that. But I know sometimes you're so hateful that you hate to see anybody do shit because you in the crib trying to figure it out. See, I respect people who figure it out. I sit there and say, damn, what is it that he's doing that I didn't do? What is it that he did that I didn't do that I wouldn't do? I get it. I understand. It's not for me to be in nobody's personal business. What they doing with they woman, what they doing with they dudes. It ain't my business. I ain't down with them. But how do you be a nobody, a hype man, and become a prominent person in hip hop? Whether you love it or hate it. It's just the truth. But I know the truth is not, it's not palatable for people because you got so much hate in your heart for somebody that you can't even see past shit. But if you actually can look at it and take from it, it can help you. It can help you. When we look at artists, many artists we looked at them got punched in their face on camera. Some of your favorite artists done got punched in their face on camera. They became more famous after the punch. Everybody get punched in their face. I don't look at a man for his losses. I look at a man for how he get up and say, got that one, but this is what I'm gonna do now. So, when I interviewed Jim Jones, because one thing I must say, I never heard him shun Cam and Mace when it come to why he started rapping and why he is where he's at. He's always given that to Cam and Mace. Always. He always said, Cam told me. Mace taught me how to rap and Cam taught me. Cam told me. And I'm going to go right now and show you. This way he said. Documentation beat conversation. This is what he said.
Currency, the urge to make more money.
You go in that booth and go, shit.
That was a good question.
What made you go in that booth and go ape shit?
Currency, the urge to make more money. Cam used to tell me if I could rap the same way that I act in these streets, you could make some money. And I used to think about it like, wow, it's like that. And slowly but surely it came about. You know what I mean? Like they told me how they showed me how to do it. They showed me the format. They gave me they gave it to me back in the day, Cam and Mace. They showed me how to do it. It was a hustle. Like, man, you better. And I never paid attention to it till as time went on. It was like, shit, it makes sense for you to get some money that way too. Why not?
So now you got. So if he said they told me and they taught me to do it, to take what I did in the street. So obviously he was acting a certain way in the street. This ain't new. This ain't new. And they said if you act that way in the street, and if you could take the way you act in the street and put it into a record, you could be big. That's what he did. So is people mad because he did what he was instructed to do? Because he's actually somebody in the culture, whether you like him or not. So Brandon Lopez, if you said Max B wrote all of Jim Jones' rap and Jim can't rap, then you're saying Max B can't rap then. Are you saying Max B can't rap? Because Jim Jones, if Max B wrote it all and he can't rap, then you're saying Max B can't rap. But then you said free the wave. You're saying free Max B. But then you said Max B wrote all his raps and Jim can't rap. So if he's saying all the Max B lyrics, that means Jim Jones, then that means Max B can't rap. You do know you're saying that, right? You do know you're saying that. But then again, this is what y'all say. This is what y'all do. You said Max B write all his raps. He can't rap. So who been writing his raps since Max B been locked up for about 10 years? Y'all want me to tell you who don't write their rhymes? Y'all want me to tell you who don't write their rhymes? I'll blow the whole internet if I tell you who don't write their rhymes. I'll blow this internet up if I tell you who don't write their rhymes. But again, how didn't somebody deliver? How did somebody didn't do what they supposed to do if we're here talking about them tonight? If they're one of the most talked about people on the internet right now, this is what it's all about. This is what it's all about. If he was the hype man, if he was the little homie, if he was this, if he was that, how is he being spoken about? By everybody. When you see somebody and they get up and they do their thing, y'all will never give people credit. Y'all will still discredit people. That's got a lot to do with you, not them. When you say Max B and Stack Bundles, respectfully, Stack Bundles has not been on this earth for a long time. Max B has been gone for a long time. But you still won't give somebody credit for the hustle. This is a hustle game. You gotta bust your ass. You gotta put in the work. You gotta put, you know what? You keep saying the stupid shit. Get the fuck up out my chat. I don't even want you here. Niggas, y'all weird. And they be niggas who be home living with their mother or living off their girl who on food stamps, and y'all be having issues with people who did what they needed to do while you sitting there talking about you nice and watch when I drop mine. But then y'all tell me I'm always mad at somebody or hating on somebody, but when I give somebody props, you mad. So y'all pick and choose What you want to say about me? You got to give people credit when they work. What Jadakiss say? Hard work beat talent. Your favorite rapper, he rap his ass off. Where he at? We just got to keep it a billion. Sometimes niggas be mad because you can't little nigga a person no more. He not the little homie. He not the one in the background. He made something for himself. Dudes be mad at that. Dudes be mad at that. Making all these records, all of these collaborations with people. That shit is real. It take a lot to do that. But y'all wouldn't know because you don't know nothing about studios. You don't know nothing about a lot of shit. And whether you like them or not, you don't know. I don't know some of these guys to like them or not. But with all the guys we talking about, I do know. But you said Jim has no loyalty. You keep jumping ship. What is... See, it be so much about the culture. Y'all just don't know, man. When these guys really speak, when they really speak and they really tell you stuff and they be open and honest, y'all going to understand what really going on. It be a lot going on. Now, let's understand. Let's understand something. All of these guys came into the culture young. So let's give all of them their respect for coming off the street into a business that's cutthroat, that somebody is always telling you, yo, leave your homeboy. Leave him. Give him $30. You're like, nah, that's my man. When I get sneakers, he gets sneakers. Now, let's put something also in its proper perspective, because this is something, the reason why I'm doing this too, this is something near and dear to me. When it comes to Mace and Cameron, Jim Jones always defended Cameron. Most of the issues he got into, most of the shit that he got into was behind defending Cam or holding Cam down. So do you remember that time Mace was on the phone and Jim jumped on the phone and barked on Mace? He did that for Cameron. When he did the Justin LaBoy interview, he said he didn't like the way Mace used to shit on Cam. So it bothered him. Now, this is what happens. They make up, but then Mace still don't like you because he remember what you did to him. But your man don't say, he did that for me. That's my man. Or me ain't that cool, but don't be mad at him because he was defending me. So now it looked like he hating on a situation when he was defending you in the first place. So for example, I've had a lot of artists. Let's name an artist. I had an artist by the name of J.R. Ryder who came to me one time, right? Came to me. Did an interview with J.R. Ryder. He said some shit about Cam. He said some shit about all of that. I never put the interview out. When I put a portion out, he got my channel struck. He put a strike on my channel. J.R. Ryder put a strike on my channel when I put a portion of the interview out. He don't want the interview to come out, so it is not going to come out. He had a lot to say. He had a lot of things that he didn't like that happened to him, that he felt was bad business. He spoke his piece. But if he goes and him and Cam get cool, he not going to say, yo, I called him to do that interview. He going to leave me holding the bag like, oh, nah, it was him. You know how many times people did that to me? Nah, it was him. He asked the questions, knowing that we had already a prerequisite for what we was going to talk about. You called me. You wanted to get some shit off your chest before he went to jail. I'm not calling you, yo, I don't call niggas for interviews. Anybody can tell you, I don't call niggas for interviews. Niggas call me, yo, bro, I want to talk because you're the only outlet that I could speak freely. At once upon a time, it was just me. I let people speak. I don't care who you was talking about. I wasn't blackballing nobody. I was letting people get their piece. It's not like he could have went to Hot 97 and told Flex or Angie. You know what I'm saying? So niggas was using me. But when they made friends with people, they wouldn't say, the person that they spoke about would be mad at me and them, and then they go make peace, but then I'm still the one that they looking at, yo, you gave him an outlet. But he don't say, nah, I call him. Nobody held me down. So Jim Jones being so loyal to Cam and holding Cam down, when they go make up and they don't say, yo, come over here with us, or yo, we all need to sit down. And even though we don't rock with each other, let's just settle our differences. Now it would look like you somewhere hating. Because if you remember, every time they speak, he never targets Cam. He always says something about Mace. Always. That's Jim Jones. But then Cam would be like, yo, you talking about my man. You talk about my brother. So Jim would be like, I thought I was your fucking brother. I thought I was your man. Jim never put nobody on. That's why Max B turned up on him. Jim a snake. So you know about Max B because of who? You know about certain people because of who? Jim never put nobody on. You gonna stand on that? They outgrew Jimmy. Y'all hear yourself? What did they still saying pause and shit like that. They grew up. They still saying pause and shit and they grew up. Like I said, for me, yeah, I hear myself, and your name is Knowledge Knows Best, but you have no knowledge at all. You have no knowledge at all. You talking about internet gossip. You don't even know none of the parties involved. You don't even know what niggas' breath smell like. But you on the internet talking. You hear yourself. I'm moving for Gazy I'm defending Jim because I respect his grind and the fact that he made something of himself. Okay. So Tony Yayo was my man. I would never say nothing bad about Yayo. 50 said he wished Yayo, Banks, and all of them did more outside of him to make his job easier. Listen to his book. Tony Yayo has never been independent of 50. He's never went and did his own thing. He's loyal to the soil. I respect that. But it's still on 50's back. Jim Jones became Jim Jones when he was just the guy with the perm running around with Cam. Do you know how fucking hard that is to do? That's what y'all don't get. You know how hard that is to do to become somebody in this culture? Look how many people have been in crews who's been buried in the crews where they just never made it. They might have been the most talented in the crew. It ain't even about talent. It's about work ethic. It's about rubbing elbows. It's about hustling this shit. Jadakiss said, hard work beat talent. I don't think y'all understand that. And even when Jim came out there with 50, even fucking Kim, even Cam and Jim wasn't even fucking with each other. Y'all don't know that. I know that. They wasn't cool at that time. They been not speaking. Now, after Cam got into the situation with True Life, remember Cam disappeared. Cam came back with the UN, with Charlie Clips and Prospect Pens. Then he came back with Vado. Tell you something. It take a lot to make it in this. It take a lot to be somebody. It take a lot, man. It take a lot. And anybody who became somebody that was a nobody, you gotta, I just take the work ethic. I could look at anybody and say, okay, I get that. Look the way he titled his video. Look at his tags. Look at his thumbnail. That's me. No matter who it is. Whether I like you or I don't like you. It ain't about liking nobody. It's about giving people credit. You got people who are complete nobodies, who've been nobodies, who was on my platform that I helped and went on to do things that they doing. Regardless of how I feel about them, I got to say, you know what? Yeah, he's a funny style dude, but you know what? He did something for himself. Gotta respect it. Whether you bought into their sob stories, their fake stories, their cap. You know how many people you watch that cap? You know how many people that used to sit right next to me that don't tell the truth about nothing they say? And when I found out I got away from them, but you still watch them, that you respect, I got all respect for you. Ooh, you dropping jewels. You know how many people exist like that? It ain't my place to tell you, yo, a nigga's a liar. Nigga be fronting. It ain't my place to do that. They convinced you. They had me convinced at one point. That's how good some people are. And y'all, look, somebody said, do you think Jim Jones stole Stack Bundles' flow? Okay, let me answer that. Respectfully, how long has Stack Bundles not been on this earth? So how could you steal from somebody who's been going for a long time? So he just find new people to steal from. And I'm not saying he right or he don't right. I'm just saying he made something of himself. And you got to respect that. You know how mad people be at you when you overachieve and they underachieve, or they didn't expect you to do that. Nobody want to see the little homie become the big homie or a household name, because you know what we do? You know what narcissists do? They say, if it wasn't for me, you know how many times I heard? Get you the fuck up out of here. I ain't hating on nobody. I ain't even mention no bozo name, so get them out of here. Yeah, hating on somebody. Y'all watch Dick in the Booty niggas, and you talking about I'm hating on them. Fuck out of here. Anyway. And how y'all watch it? Anyway, we ain't even gonna go there. Hating on somebody. Anyway, you know how tough it is to survive in this culture? You know how tough it is? Wasn't Stack Bundles with Clue? Why he ain't blow up with Clue? Was y'all rocking with him? Was y'all fucking with him when he was fucking with Clue? A little bit. But then once he went with Jim Jones, started hearing him more. It's just the truth. We wouldn't know who Max B was if it wasn't for Jim. That's just the truth. We wouldn't know who Mel Matrix is. Sin City. When Cameron went on hiatus, where was Dipset? When Cameron went on hiatus, his Jason Bourne thing, where was Dipset? What was Dipset? I know Cam get all the credit. He was the creator. Where was Dipset when Cam left? Remember he came back with the UN, Dipset West? Y'all remember Dipset West? Y'all remember that? But y'all say, Jim is disloyal. How many people can fuck with that he don't fuck with no more? They all do that shit. This is just the culture. This is just the culture. Just is what it is. Y'all ain't fuck with Summer in Miami? Y'all, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop fronting. Y'all gotta stop fronting. They all moving where they are successful. They all moving where they all successful. And I respect all of them for that. Yo, I got a lot of respect for Mace, Cam, Jim. Come on, man. Listen, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. Like, there was no class on this shit. There was no learning. You had to learn. You had to learn on the job. When somebody say, hey, here goes 100,000. You don't know what taxes is. You don't know what accounting. You don't know none of that. It's like, where do I sign? Oh, my mom's getting out the hood. You don't know none of that stuff. You don't know none of that stuff. You're gonna make mistakes. Why? Because we're not taught that. That's the information that they hold from us. So you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna do some of your guys wrong. It is gonna be somebody somewhere feeling like they didn't get their just due because you didn't get your just due. You don't understand. You don't understand how many of y'all know the business? A lot of y'all don't even know YouTube. I had a bozo tell me in my comments, he'll give me $600 for something. I told him $600 wasn't no money. He said, $600 is a lot of money. Like, we don't know how much you get paid per view. People still think you get paid per views. They don't know nothing about a CPM. They don't know nothing about per 1,000 views. They don't know nothing. A lot of people don't know nothing about this YouTube thing, but they'll try to tell me. They'll try to tell me about YouTube. So it's not about whether you love them or you hate them. You hate them, hate them. I don't care. You love them, love them. But we got to respect. You got to respect a person that's going to put in that work. You got to respect somebody who's going to put in that work. You got to. You got to respect somebody who's putting in that work. Let me give y'all another story. Myself, I'm one of the youngest ones in my crew. I wouldn't even say I'm the most talented. I'll be humble. I think my cousin Poe is more talented than me because I watched him write raps that, of course, I do beats. But I watch me do a beat and have an idea and my cousin write to it and say, and I'm like, I was gonna throw that beat away, but what you just did made me like the beat. I watch a lot of dudes around me hustle, get money, get a lot of money. Me, I stayed steadfast in the studio. When I wasn't outside being a knucklehead, I was in the studio. The studio was my crib. I worked diligently. Easy Mo B coming to the crib. Aguilar, like just so many people coming to the crib. I stayed there and I worked. And all my dudes was getting money. They was in the street getting money. And they looked at me like I was crazy because I had such a passion to make music. Now, they did want to make music too, but music ain't feeding you what I'm going to eat. As my man Half used to say, rest in peace. Yeah, the music thing is cool, but what I'm going to do for now? When you like 17, that shit hit hard. What I'm going to do for now? He like, yo, you got music dreams, but what I'm going to do now? I didn't want to hear that. I didn't understand that, what I'm going to do now. What I'm going to do now? Yo, I'm going to make it. Yo, Mo B coming here. It's all I knew was to do music. It's all I knew. It's all I knew. All I knew was to do beats. All I knew was to just kick, snare, hi-hats. And, you know, this is what Pete Rock is doing. That's all I knew. That's all I knew. And tonight, for y'all not live, y'all watching the playback, but what happened tonight? Somebody decided to try to be funny in the chat, but I was funnier. It happens, you know. A heckler tried to heckle a professional comedian, and it didn't go well. But listen, though, again, for the people who might have just came in the chat, spoke to Mel Matrix today. He let me know Jim Jones didn't tell on nobody, and he's not in nobody's paperwork. He wanted to express that. Jim Jones didn't tell on nobody. If he told, it would be a lot worse. So he wanted to say that. I do want to say I'm watching the show. Shout out to Cam. Shout out to Mace. Shout out to Jim Jones. At the end of the day, it's a bunch of black men getting to that bag, getting some money, doing what they love, that didn't really understand how to be kind and nice to each other when money came into play. That's really what it's all about. That happens with a lot of us. We don't know how to be kind and nice when we get money because we come from nothing. And we all got our own crew, our own entourage, our own people telling us what we deserve, why you should cut him out, and why this person this, and then people's always getting in each other's ear. And it messes up a lot of stuff. So, yeah. But I'm waiting to see what Cam gonna say. You know, I think Jim is holding back though. I'm just warning y'all. Dudes is holding back. Dudes got a lot more to say. It's a lot more. This could get really, 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 really messy. Or for what I know. There's a lot of bad business done. So it could get really, really messy. Of course, we all watching. But as I showed y'all earlier, I don't remember a time where he didn't give Cam his props and Mace for doing what he did.
I never paid attention to it till it's time. When they showed me how to do it, they showed me the same way that I act in these streets. See the urge to make the shit.
What made you go in that booth and go ape shit?
This is right after he did Ballin'.
The urge to make more money, Cam used to tell me if I could rap the same way that I act in these streets, you could make some money. And I used to think about it like, wow, it's like that. And slowly but surely it came about. You know what I mean? Like they told me how they showed me how to do it. They showed me the format. They gave me they gave it to me back in the day, Cam and Mace. They showed me how to do it. It was a hustle. Like, man, you better. And I never paid attention to it till as time went on. It was like, shit, it makes sense for you to get some money that way too. Why not?
So again, I don't remember a time where he didn't give them their props. He said Cam and Mace. At this particular time, him and Cam wasn't cool either. He never omitted them from his story. In this interview, when did I put this out? Hold on, let me try to see when I put this out. This interview, 8 years ago. This interview was 8 years ago. And this is not even when I did the interview, but this is 8 years ago. So that's what it is, man. I'm out of here until next time. I'll be back tomorrow. Again, shout out to the people who might be suffering due to the fires, and shout out to the people who might be suffering due to the cold and the frigid weather on the East Coast and to the West Coast. Shout out to y'all. Of course, shout out to the chat. Shout out to all the supporters. Again, that's what it is, man. Until next time, I'll holla at y'all. Log on to Doggie. Oh, let me show y'all the site too, man. I gotta show y'all the site. The site is, I had updated some stuff. Doggie Diamonds No Filter was a great name. Of course, that's the name of the podcast. But what I needed to do for business purposes, I needed to have my URL be Doggie Diamonds TV. So that's what I did. I fixed it to be Doggie Diamonds TV. So this is the site. Of course, that's not there. Let me show y'all the other version so y'all can see the site in its entirety. Everything is still intact. This is all the ways how to get in contact with me. I'm going to start putting blogs up or stuff that's on my chest or, things that I like. I'm going to start putting up blogs. But this is everything. Same thing, everything from the YouTube. And then here goes the podcast right here, the audio version of the podcast. But I want y'all to come to the bottom of the page, subscribe to the email list, and you will automatically get an email of any content that I put up. And what's dope about this right here, you just hit this button and pow, you come right to the YouTube. So you can subscribe if you've never been to the, now we back here. I ain't mean to go back here. If you've never been to the YouTube and you just know about DoggieDiamondsTV.com, you can subscribe right here. Look at this shit, fire. I love this. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I've been working on for the past couple of days. That's why I didn't go live some of the days, because I wanted this to go live. And that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's Doggie Diamonds TV. Of course, you can watch past videos. Nothing has changed. You can watch everything on the site. And you can also listen to any of the podcasts right here. Right here, and it's mobile. You could listen to it on your mobile, on your phone, and put your email in so we make sure that you get your emails of anything that I upload. It'll come right to your email. We have to take the measures because, again, we're using other people's platforms. So we got to do what we got to do to make sure y'all get the content on our own. So that's what it is, man. Until next time, I am out of here. Peace.